commercial cooler order can look straightforward right up until the container is booked and the details stop matching the plan. At that point, a missing voltage note, a vague certificate, or the wrong package size can turn into freight delays, installation problems, or a shipment that is difficult to hand over on arrival. That is why model-level control matters more than a broad family description. A 380L cabinet and an 800L cabinet may sit under the same product line, but they do not behave as the same buying decision. The buyer needs the exact model code, cabinet dimensions, package dimensions, weight, voltage, frequency, plug configuration, refrigerant, temperature range, component list, and the compliance documents that apply to that exact unit. Without that record, procurement is approving a category instead of a shipment. The first gate is product identity and physical dimensions. The supplier should confirm the SKU, door configuration, capacity, cabinet size, package size, and quantity per container for the requested version. The loading estimate only becomes useful when it is tied to a specific container type and packing assumption. That approved dimension sheet should stay with the purchase order and inspection plan. The second gate is electrical compatibility. Voltage, frequency, input power, plug type, and earthing arrangement all have to match the destination market. A label on one reference model does not prove another production run is suitable. The buyer should ask for an approved nameplate draft and a document that ties the electrical setup to the exact SKU. The third gate is cooling and operating evidence. A temperature range on its own is not enough. The importer should know the ambient condition used for testing, how the cabinet was loaded, where the readings were taken, and what recovery is expected after restocking. Refrigerant identity and service information also belong in the file because they affect compliance, maintenance planning, and technician readiness. The fourth gate is traceability. Certificates, declarations, test reports, manuals, parts lists, warranty terms, and inspection records should identify the manufacturer, model, revision, and market. Company-level claims may help as background, but they do not replace model-specific proof. This becomes even more important when a trading company, distributor, or third-party inspector is involved, because everyone should be working from the same dated release pack. The fifth gate is packaging and handover. Once the specification is approved, the shipment still has to move cleanly through the factory, the container, and the receiving team. Packaging material, carton marks, pallet or skid method, loading plan, spare parts packing, inspection points, and photo records all reduce uncertainty between release and arrival. A practical risk matrix helps decide what must stop approval and what only needs written clarification. Unconfirmed voltage, absent model identity, undocumented refrigerant, or a certificate without product scope are high-risk gaps. They should not move forward until corrected evidence is supplied. Unclear spare parts lead times, vague warranty exclusions, incomplete artwork approval, or undefined inspection sampling may not block production, but they can create disputes later if they are left informal. Lower-risk details such as color, lightbox graphics, shelf labels, and carton marks still need sign-off. They may not affect the core function of the cabinet, but they can affect final acceptance if they are not controlled with dated artwork and sample reference. A usable datasheet brings the technical and commercial pieces together. It should cover the commercial model, capacity, dimensions, electrical configuration, input power, refrigerant, temperature range, cooling method, door type, shelf arrangement, lighting, weight, MOQ, sample path, lead time assumption, branding options, packing configuration, loading estimate, warranty boundary, spare parts terms, and inspection process. For container planning, the final package dimensions and handling restrictions matter just as much as the cabinet itself. The same discipline applies to sample approval, pre-shipment inspection, and arrival. The sample is where the buyer checks model identity, finish, door operation, shelf setup, label placement, lightbox artwork, and documents against the approved file. The inspection plan should define the visible, order-specific conditions that decide whether the goods can be released. Then the handover file should carry the packing list, container number, loading photos, seal record where applicable, approved documents, spare parts list, and service contact route. A controlled release pack gives procurement, freight, warehouse, store operations, and service teams one model-specific record to work from. That is what keeps a commercial cooler import from becoming a reconstruction exercise after the shipment has already left the factory.